Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're doing well, staying safe. I wanted to preview and do a review on the Tier 8 version of HMCS Haida, the boat that I'm completely biased on. This would be technically her sister ship, HMS Cossack. This version of the Cossack from World War II was the sixth ship, I believe, named in the Royal Navy for the name Cossack. I'm gonna be full disclosure here. In my opinion, I think that this destroyer is overpowering OP. It's a great boat at Tier 8. It does well at Tier 9 and Tier 10. And it can hold its own. It has a few, I'm gonna say, key things that are really important to it that really show up in this match. But one thing I want to talk about, I always talk about, is the history. This boat was one of the 9 Trouble class destroyers. She was launched in June 8th of 1937 and was completed in June 10th of 1938 and commissioned 4 days later. That's a bit odd. That's pretty quick, but she was very late in the Tribal class, so they were getting very good at it. The Cossacks' first action was on 16th of February 1940. This was the Altmark Incident in Jøssingfjord, Norway, which resulted in the freeing of the Admiral Graf Spee's prisoners who were being held aboard the supply ship Altmark and the death of 8 crew members of the German ship. The Norwegian government sequentially protested at Cossack's breach of Norway's neutrality and demanded the return of the prisoners. It's war. That's not going to happen. With the German government further protesting at the act of the violence committed against the Altmark. The Cossack did participate in the Second Battle of Narvik in April 1940. In May of 41, and I think this is more important, she participated in the pursuit of the destruction of the German battleship Bismarck. Cossack and 4 destroyers broke off on May 26 and headed towards where the Bismarck had been reported. They were actually escorting an entire convoy to the Middle East and left that convoy to help out. They found Bismarck that evening and made several torpedo attacks in the evening and into the next morning. During the battle, one of Bismarck's shells, her huge shell, shoot off the Cossack's antenna. You can just imagine, I think her shells are 15 or 14 inch, probably 15 inch, what that would have done. So right here you're going to see one of the main features of the Cossack. So right off the bat, he's hitting hydro. He knows for a fact that the Shinomi's going to launch torpedoes. There they are, doing his thing, and gone. It is an amazing gunboat. Like the Haida, her whole focus is on, one set of torpedoes and a whole bunch of guns. And she does have British smoke, which means they're quick and short, but they're quite good. So she's now in smoke, can hide, can do damage, and get out. And she has a multiple number of smokes. In this configuration with this replay, he's got 6. You just pop 1. She also has a speed boost. But with regards to that, unfortunately, October 23rd, 1941, Cossack was escorting a convoy from Gibraltar to the UK when she was struck by a single torpedo fired by a German submarine U-563, commanded by Klaus Bergenstein. She was taken, however, in a tow from the tug from Gibraltar the 25th, but with the weather worsening and the tow was slipped on October 26th. Rough weather. She's going down. The Cossack sank in the Atlantic west of Gibraltar the 27th of October 1941. Unfortunately, 159 of her crew were lost, which is really tragic. I will also say, when I talk about the Wargaming Art Department, in the design of this boat, whether it be Haida or the Cossack or the Tribals in general, Daring, etc., etc., I also the Vampire too, they really did a great job of detailing these boats. They're a great set of boats. Now, how does the Cossack do in WoWs? Well, she's OP. It's that simple to me. You just saw a first example how she can take out destroyers. I personally love this boat. I have this boat. I have no issue taking on a tier 10 destroyer. I don't care if it's a gearing, any IKEA Swedish boat. I don't care. I will go head to head with anybody. Now, the main difference is the guns on the Haida are 3x2. These are 4x2, and they're only 120 millimeter, where the Haida is 127 meters. So these are Haida's 5-inch guns. These are 4.7 inch. They're just a bit smaller, but they're in the range of again, great guns with a 5-second reload. The torps you saw overall, they're a 1-shot or a single shot. So they can be single shot fired 4 torpedoes or multiple shots in a spread like you just saw, where it goes out 1 shot. And the reload's quite good. As you see, this person with his captain skills got it down to less than 50 seconds. That's amazing. AA, enough said. It's wargaming. So, I mean, I gotta be honest with you. If you're in an entire, I think the Japanese proved this in the Pacific Theater. If you're an entire squadron and you're attacking destroyer, you're gonna lose destroyer. It's just a simple fact of history. I know it's a game, but it's still the truth. However, she does have British smoke, so she can pop smoke, hide for 30 seconds or 40 seconds, depending how long it lasts, depending how you have configured or upgrades, and you can do damage and leave. But her main functionality are guns. The torpedoes themselves can travel 62 knots and have a 10k range. That is better than the Haida. The Haida is only 8k, which is amazing. And here she goes again, doing the same thing, going off the Z-23. And gone. I have found in this boat that I don't quite get really high damage output, but I do get a lot of kills. In this game, this individual is going to get 6 kills. It's not typically something you write home to, saying, hey, I got a 200,000 game or 250,000 damage game. They're usually between 80 and 150, I find, give or take. And 150 is pushing it. It is a situational destroyer in that it can push caps. The only boat that I would say that would probably give it a hard time would be a typical cruiser, either a Mino, a Smolensk, and I'm talking tier 10. Again, a radar cruiser can give you a hard time. Carriers can always spot you. You just got to watch where the radar cruisers are, and you got to watch what the carrier is, if it's in the game. If there's no carrier in this game, and I've had several games like that with the Cossack, I've been up tiered, and there's no carrier, and there's like one radar boat, it's a free-for-all. It's a great game. It's a good boat to learn because it is kind of forgiving. Her health pool, though, is only 15k plus to start with. You can see this person here has got an 18,000, which means he has all the upgrades for the health pool. I do recommend it as a captain skill. You can put grease the gears on here to actually help your destroyer, your turning of your guns, but I don't think it's necessary. I would go for all the torpedo upgrades personally and the gun upgrades to extend the range and then the shooting ability. It's a gun boat. Her base speed is 36 knots, but she can get over that with a speed flag, obviously in the booster. I've had it well over 40 knots without a problem. Now, one of the cool things and a drawback, her base concealment is just shy of 7k, 7 kilometers. That's base. You can get it as low as 5.5, which even in tier 10 match, that is amazing. You can really dominate a cap, dominate a system. The smoke penalty is I think 2.2 or 2.3, and detectability from air is about the same. It's in the 2s. It's very, very low. What makes this boat great, her main strengths are hydro. I mean, like I told you with the Haida, you can pop your hydro or do this exact scenario, not with necessarily the Nelson, but pop your hydro and destroyer and then put in smoke and then charge that destroyer. You can quite easily pick up on that DD long before it sees you. Same with torpedoes. And it costs, obviously, the British smoke. The British smoke is a big deal and does a great job. And that Lennon's going to be bye-bye. Or damn near close. Pretty close. Overall, like I said, I love this boat. It's a premium boat. It's fun to have. I'd recommend anybody. Doing mid-tier ranks right now, tier 7, tier 8 in silver level, I'd recommend the destroyer. It's a great boat. So I can't say enough about it, as you can tell, and I'm a little more biased, I suppose, because I love the travel class destroyers. Other than that, I want everyone to take care, stay safe, and I hope you enjoyed this replay. Watch to the end because it's kind of fun. And hey, take care of yourself. Bye for now.